Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
How? How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away.
I'm never droll. Calm yourself down.
No! No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed everyone else, but I don't know how long it will hold.
What happened here?
The Selkath, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Someone must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as well. I was one of the mercs the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms. There were bodies everywhere, and the Selkath came out, screaming and croaking their fishy little war cries.
The Selkath?
They swarmed out and over us. There was no way we could stop them. So we ran. But hardly any of us made it. I locked the door behind us, but the others had already left in the submersible. The sharks. The Ferox are out there, and worse. I heard an explosion shortly after the submersible left. They didn't make it. Just food for the sharks and the Selkath. Like us.
Well, let's get you back to the surface.
Back to the surface, yes. No! There's something out there. It got the other submersible already. We can't leave until you do something. Blow up the entire station, maybe. That might distract whatever it is long enough for us to escape to the surface. But all the machinery and stuff is in the southern half, and that's been flooded. There might still be environmental suits around, but the Selkath might have laid their eggs in them.
Well, wait here while I get into the station.
No! I locked the door so the Selkath won't get in. If you open it, we're all done for.
Well, I have no choice.
If you go in there, you're dead. You're all dead. If you want to die, then go. You won't hear me mourning for you. I'll stay here and be safe until some sort of real rescue comes.
Don't get your hopes up too high. I have no intention of dying.
So apparently the Selkath have gone crazy. I could gas them, but to be honest, maybe there is a way to reason with them. In which case, you know, it would be that's a pretty prohibitive price. Yeah, I guess I'll just leave it be. Seems no reasoning. They do seem pretty insane, given that they are attacking you with their bare hands. Not quite sure what a Jedi was doing down here. Scientist's memo. In response to those Phyraxian sharks outside, I managed to whip up a little something in one of the little workrooms. This is a sonic emitter that should scare them off. The sound seems to work a lot better underwater than through the air, and if you fix it on the outside of an enviro suit, just push the button every time they get near, and you'll have no problems. So I was wondering, when am I going to get that raise? Carl Jordan.
Is somebody out there? Fishy, 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 come and eat me too. You can't get me, little fishy. Not in here. I'm safe behind my walls.
I'm Navar Droll, and I've been sent by the Republic to investigate what's happened here.
Investigate? You're just like the others. Fodder for the Selkath. Walking fish next. Trump, trump, trump. If you can run, you might be fast food. The Selkath went insane and started killing everybody. I locked myself in here. I'm safe in here. Nothing can hurt me in here. No fishy food for me.
What made the Selkath insane?
Don't know. Go ask them. When the demon screamed, it shook every mind in the station. We fell to the ground but survived. Fishy fishies, though, they just got hungry.
Come out, we'll protect you from the Selkath.
No, that's what the others said. Mercenaries like you. But they're dead. The Selkath ate them. Lunchy munchy. Only the ones left in the south part of the base might still be alive, but where the kotor is. Few fishies there, but many fishies in between the water.
Well, if you didn't come out, I'll just leave you in there.
Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people. They'll chomp and bite and chomp and bite. Food for fishy. That's you.
Now, I did remember this guy, since I last played the game. Specifically the no part. There is some potential in this area for, like, creepiness. Because obviously you're deep underwater, which is rather inhospitable to you as a human. And all the Selkath inexplicably went insane and started killing everyone, which is, you know, pretty crazy. I'd say. Scientist's memo. Is this the same one as last time or a different one? The same one. Okay, so that's the water lock to get outside, which I don't want to do before I find that sonic emitter that they wrote about. Unless I already found it and just overlooked it. So do I have the sonic emitter? I have the Enviro suit. I do. Okay. So I can just go outside. If I find the right door, anyway.
What?
I'm not sure what's up with those doors. And why are they so tough? All of a sudden.
Yeah? What? Huh? Yeah?
Yes?
Yeah?
Wait, I didn't remember there were survivors.
Who's there? You're not Selkath, I can see that much. Are you another rescue crew?
I am never drove. The Republic sent us down here to investigate.
I'm a merc the Republic hired a couple days ago to investigate. But all we found was a bunch of insane Selkath killing everything that moves. All my companions are dead. The Selkath swarmed over us. There were dozens of them. And they looked wrong somehow. Like something had changed inside them. insane or something?
They looked wrong. This whole place smells wrong. Like you're really an Ergoth egg gone bad in the hamper.
Doesn't smell so bad to me, old man.
Must be those reliable and finely tuned senses of yours, mercenary.
Oh, I'd have gone back to the surface long ago if this complex hadn't been overrun by all those crazy Selkath. There's no way for me to get to the submarine docking bay.
What are you doing in the underwater section of the facility?
I discovered a way to get to the bay and seal off the rest of the base. I just have to find the kotor harvester they built on the edge of the Hrackert Rift. It's got an emergency override to open the doors to the submarine docking bay. And I could get in from the outside. I figured my only chance was to slap on an environment suit, head out onto the ocean floor, and check that harvester out for myself. Besides, it's gotta be safer out on the ocean floor than back in there with all those crazed Selkath mutants running around looking for dinner.
Well, wait here, I'll check it out.
I'm not spending another minute in this facility. Not with those psychotic fish people all over the place.
Psychotic fish don't try to dodge as much.
I'm heading out to the ocean floor right now. It leads to another complex of buildings. Going through them is the only way to reach the kotor harvester. We should probably stick together, but I won't wait around in here with the Selkath. You can catch up with me if you want. Down the hall and through the doors on the right. I'll be waiting on the ocean floor where it's safe.
Okay, this just goes to back to the base. This door has been welded shut.
Huh?
Yes?
Yes?
Okay, I thought I could blow up the door with one of the mines or something. 'Cause it's rather weird. All of a sudden there are mines in a chest underwater, but no, I don't exactly remember every detail of this underwater trek. It has been many, many years since I last played this. Oh great, the water is bugged. I really don't have much much luck with the whole modding thing, don't I?
Come on, hurry up. Don't just stand there, we have to keep moving. The water is filled with... Ow! Ah!
Well, I guess it simulates the conditions underwater in that I don't really know what I'm doing or where I'm going. Crap. Yeah, that's a crapshoot to be sure. Okay, there's nothing in this direction, so entire trek was pointless. Now I'm not sure if I'll be able to use the sonic emitter. Okay, so it's number 6. Okay, good to know. Because you have to use this menu down here to use it, but I can't really see that or interact with that because of all of the quirkiness of the camera and the fact that I'm running this in a window. The game actually crashed.
Sure. I've been poisoned. No, you can't come in here. You'll let the Varaxa and the Selkath in. No, stay out! Stay out! I won't let you open the door for those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll stop you.
Kill them! Kill them now!
Well, that's inconvenient. Accessing airlock control. Warning. The pressurization sequence active. Deactivate.
No. The Varaxa will get us. No, the Selkath are coming. No!
No! Ah!
I'm a friend. I'll protect you. You're both safe now.
I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me. I just panicked when I heard someone outside the door. Please forgive me. I'm just so scared.
We're both just scared.
When the Selkath went crazy, I thought everyone else except me and Sammy went mad. We had a few people outside the station when it happened.
The Frax and sharks just tore them apart. It was like they were frenzied.
The next thing we knew, our Selkath researchers started screaming and clawing at everything around them. My team was torn apart and eaten before my eyes. Sammy and me, I thought we were the only ones left. We heard the Selkath outside the doors every once in a while, and strange noises echoing through the base.
We thought everyone was dead. Dead or insane. I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say. I truly apologize for the horrible mistake I was making.
I'm Kono Nolan, and this is Sammy. We were scientists working here on the Harakard Rift project.
What is the Republic doing here?
We had a secret agreement with the moderates in the Selkath government. They knew that Manaan could not survive independently if the Sith were victorious.
Those thugs would wipe out the whole damn planet just to get at the Kolto.
So the Republic approached them about making this secret installation to harvest more Kolto, where the Sith couldn't see us. But all that went horribly, horribly wrong.
What happened?
We don't know. Not for sure.
The work teams were outside in the rift, near the vent. Then there was this rumbling and my head felt like it was splitting open.
This monster rose up from the rift.
It was a Varaxa shark, I think. Bigger than anything I'd ever seen before. Bigger than our submersibles.
It was like it was screaming inside my head.
Then all the Selkath started screaming too. And they turned on us.
What did the shark have to do with that?
Well, maybe it was protecting the ruins by the rift.
It could have been. It might have a lair in the Harakard Rift near the Kolto vent. That might explain a few things too.
Like what?
Like why it reacted so violently when our construction efforts got closer to the vent. And also, why it's so large. It must be feeding off the Kolto. Would have to be ancient indeed for it to reach that size. with kotor as a food source.
And all those other Phyraxan sharks? Those might be its offspring.
Which would be why they all swarmed when it called out to them. Children coming to protect their mother.
Well, where is this monster Phyraxan now?
I don't know. It must still be out there.
Out there, waiting for us.
What can I do about it?
The Phyraxan sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile cannons to defend against them, but they still got some of our workers from time to time.
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that smelled or tasted repulsive to them, but we never got it working right.
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is, it should be ideal for this situation.
No, it's not working right. You don't know what it'll do.
What are you talking about?
The repellent we made was supposed to drive Phyraxan sharks away, but we never got very far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing oxygen from the water by clogging their intakes.
Which is exactly what we need in this situation. Something to kill that monster shark that destroyed our station.
But we don't know how else the chemical reacts. We only tried it in a controlled environment. In the open ocean, who knows what it could do? It could even affect the kotor.
We know exactly what it'll do. It'll kill the shark. That's what we designed it to do.
What else could I do?
You don't need to do anything else. We have a canister of the toxin here right now. We were working on it before the giant Phyraxan drove all the Selkath insane. All you need to do is insert it into the main kotor harvester and have it vented. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Phyraxan shark.
What other choice do I have, though?
Well, the monster seems to have been driven out by the machinery we installed at the edge of the rift. We've seen it out there on the cameras, bashing itself against the machines. I think if you could destroy the machinery we installed, the shark would calm down and retreat back into its lair inside the rift.
How would I do that?
You can reprogram the harvesting machines to overpressure their self-oxidizing fuel so that the fuel tank canisters will rupture and the entire machine will destroy itself. The hydrolium gas we use is a gas at 1 to 3 million sangin, a liquid at about 4 million sangin, and a solid above that. When it's a liquid, it's very explosive. If you inject enough of the hydrolium gas into the tank, the pressure will be so great that it'll turn to liquid form and start a chain reaction inside the machine.
But we'll lose everything we've built here. All those years of work!
It's better than whatever your chemical will do to the water.
I will try to destroy the harvesting machine.
Good. Destroying the machinery will be better in the long run. We can't risk damaging the environment or the kotor. You'll have to break into the computer on the harvesting machine and fiddle with the fuel injectors to get the tank pressure up to the point where the hydrolium will liquidize. Once the machinery is gone, the shark should leave.
That won't work and you know it. We have to vent the toxin from the harvesting machine. Once the shark is dead, we can get back to mining the kotor. You know what you have to do.
I just hope you make the right choice.
Yeah, obviously, poisoning the ocean is a very, very bad idea, because that's something that the Selkath... well, I guess technically I would be poisoning the shark, but I would be releasing, highly potent toxic chemicals into the water, which seems like a bad idea to me. And I'm sure the Selkath would have something to say about this, as opposed to, even if I destroy the kotor machinery, it could theoretically be repaired at some point later.
Yes?
So, yeah. I will try to destroy the kotor machinery. Kotor control panel. Now, this is sort of vaguely Lovecraft-esque. You have this underwater big creature that drove all the Selkath insane. Strange noises inside the base. Accessing kotor harvester. Access fuel tank pressure controls. Hydrolium unstable at 4 million sangin. Pressure would rupture the container pod. Okay, so fuel the container pod, transfer to the injector, now dump the injector, transfer to the injector, so what do I need again? It's no, transfer to the container. I need 4, right? So currently it's 3 over here. No. It was the right idea to begin with. Transfer to the injector, and then fill the container pod, which is 5. Then transfer from the container to the injector. Emergency shutdown initiated. Warning, container unstable, evacuate immediately. Now that the kotor harvesting machine has been destroyed, the Great Firaxan shows no signs of hostility. It allows you to pass. I'm putting points into repair to fully repair a HK-47. Which I think I need 17. So to be honest, getting like a utility belt or something would be useful. Because there are items that up your repair and computer skill. And if there's one thing I have a lot of at this point, it's credits.
My search is over. I was beginning to fear someone else had killed you and deprived me of the pleasure you may have defeated the pathetic bounty hunter my master sent after you. But you are no match for me. I have studied at the foot of the Dark Lord himself.
You're Malak's apprentice? Can't say I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You were on the Ender Spire, you killed Trask. You'll pay for that.
Your words mean nothing to me. Unless you wish to beg for your life. No. Then I shall try to make this both quick and painful.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's most definitely a problem.
Yes?
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice.
Darth Banton's fiber armor. Can I use it as a Jedi? Despite the unfortunate fate of Darth Banton, this light armor remains a desirable asset for any warrior. The silvery polish reflects a pride in craftsmanship rarely seen today. Now it's still light armor, so I think I'll just stay with the robes and I'll sell it.
You've returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
The Selkath went insane. Your construction woke up something.
Something was down there? Living in the rift by the Kolto?
A gigantic Phyraxan shark that drove all the Selkath insane.
It's horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors?
A few scientists have survived.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damaged?
The harvesting machine was destroyed.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that I thank you. Oh, and did you end up finding your star map?
Yes, I did.
As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
Stop, human. We have detected a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the Harkert Rift. You have been known to ask questions about this, and our spy monitors in the Space Republic Embassy recorded you leaving in a submersible that descended into the Harkert Rift. You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we will be forced to take you by force. Very well, I will come peacefully. But if they can do that, the whole system could. Silence. This is not for the outsiders to hear. Well, human, you find yourself in the most difficult situation. The Harkert Rift is the most precious resource on Manaan, and everything that threatens it, or the Kolto it processes, threatens our entire species. We will not tolerate threats to our neutrality, our existence, and our way of life. As much as we admire the Republic and your order in particular, I believe you will have a hard time explaining your role in this event adequately. We have determined that you were responsible for the detonations that occurred near the Harger Drift. We demand to know what occurred down there. If the Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us, the repercussions will be very grave indeed. What have you done to the rift? The explosions were at the research station. Both our governments set up there. Research station? What are you talking about? Don't try to lie to us, human. We know of this. What? It will be discussed later. This cannot be kept silent. The Council will. The Council will hear nothing of this, and you will keep your silence or be ejected from this court. But we cannot silence. What has happened at the research station? What caused the explosions? The machinery had woken up a giant Firaxan shark. A giant Firaxan? Could it be? Impossible. It is only a legend. But he said he killed it, didn't he? You killed this shark, human? No, I destroyed the machinery to save it. The progenitor, it must have been. Be quiet, this is merely a myth and not fit for the outsiders to hear. But if it was the Lifebringer, the ancestor of our species, think of what that could mean. If it has always laired there, then perhaps the kotor... Enough, off-worlders are not to hear of such things. But he said he saved it. He destroyed the harvesters to save it. This, I believe, will require more thoughts, both on your actions and what we must do in response. This court will adjourn while we deliberate. We have reviewed your actions and the situation, human. We thank you for the destruction of the machinery and saving the giant Firaxan, which we believe is the source of our kotor, or at least its guardian. We will not detain you any longer. While we cannot show our gratitude overtly, know that you have earned our respect. The trial is now over. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with Manaan. Mostly. There's one more thing I wanted to check.
What? Yes? Huh? What?
But that's near the docking bay. Okay, because one thing that worries me a little is Karth and Juhani's personal quests have not activated yet. And basically, some people should talk to me here. But they aren't here, so I might have to do some shenanigans, like, you know, going to a different planet and then back. Because I would like to do those quests before I end the game. For sure. I did get some new crystals, so let's take a look at what they do. Blaster bolt deflection. Bonus damage versus droids.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about the planet we're on?
Manaan's the source for all the kotor in the galaxy. That's why there's fish-faced Selkath can stay neutral in this whole Sith Republic war. But I don't know much else about this place. Sorry I can't be more help, you know? Is there anything else I can do for you?
I want to talk about your brother.
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me.
Okay, so she just repeats herself.
Okay, have it your way.
I'll try repairing HK.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I'd like to try restoring some of your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process. Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude. Statement. As you wish, Master. You are already familiar with accessing my central control cluster, correct? Now you will need to... And now rewire the last 3 relays. Yes, good. Well done, Master. I believe your operation was a success. Accessing new memory. Access complete. I have recovered the last of my deleted memory, Master. Unfortunately, my history is still not complete.
What? Why not?
Answer. As I did inform you, Master, the majority of my memory is still locked within my core. That can only be accessed by the appropriate stimuli, and I have no idea what that stimuli might be, unfortunately. Sadly, it seems my true origins will always be a mystery.
Are you sure your core isn't just damaged?
Observation. If it was, Master, your restorations will certainly have ensured that the proper stimulus restores my core's functions. Sadly, that could have already happened and we missed it, and my core was too damaged to activate. Oh, woe is me.
So tell me about your last owner then.
Correction. That would actually be my first owner, Master. The first I can remember. I had completed an assassination in Mandalorian space, though I have no knowledge of what my target was or who sent me. Regardless, my motor function had been damaged, and I could not return to wherever I had been sent from. A Mandalorian soldier claimed me as booty, I believe. He repaired me, poorly I might add, and proceeded to use my assassination protocol to raise his rank.
So is there no way to find out who sent you there originally?
Answer. Such knowledge is locked within my core, Master, as I said. There is no way to withdraw it otherwise. At any rate, it seems that my Mandalorian owner finally decided to send me against Mandalore himself. My poorest performance, sadly.
Why is that?
Answer. I was captured by this Mandalore during the attempt. He was able to reverse my programming and send me after my own master. It was quite distressing. There was little I could do. Needless to say, I dispatched the Mandalorian soldier efficiently. Once I deactivated, I believe I eventually ended up on the black market and was sold to the Hutt on Slaheron. My darkest day.
So you killed Darth Master directly. You couldn't kill Mandalore though, hey?
Statement. With all due respect, Master, he is the leader of the Mandalorians. Perhaps my old master was foolish to send me after him.
So you killed the Darth Master directly.
Statement. So I did. I am not very proud of that, Master. The soldier seemed very startled, I must say.
So can you remember anything else?
Answer. There are a few Mandalorian implants that I can activate now. They will improve my performance. Beyond that, Master, there is nothing more I can relate to you. With luck, we will discover the stimulus to unlock my core very soon.
Because of your repairs, HK will now regenerate 1 vitality point every 3 seconds and gained additional +2 bonus to his dexterity.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Is there anything more? I would like to restore some of your memory.
Negatory. I believe that there are no further deleted memories which can be safely retrieved, Master. All earlier memories reside in my core. Those are protected by my safeguards and would be far too dangerous to access. The only way those memories could be obtained is through the proper stimulus, whatever that might be. I am sorry, Master.
Yeah, what do you want?
I was wondering if do you know anything about this world?
Waterworld's never had much of an appeal for us to conquer. They may put up a good fight in their own environment. No match for us, of course. But they don't really have anything of value either. The thing this world is good for is a substance known as kolto. Kolto is the single best healing substance in the galaxy. But the Mandalore are not as weak and fragile as your Republic and Sith warriors. When we enter a battle, we carry weapons powerful enough to pulverize cities. Both in our wars and in our own personal combats, there are no survivors. So kolto does not hold the appeal it does for your peoples. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
I was wondering if you had any more war stories.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Well, tell me this story.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
Well, did it work?
Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
You disobeyed your orders.
This is a chance given to a warrior once or twice in a lifetime. The chance to change the course of history in a single act. Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things.
Is there something else you want to know?
Nothing more for now.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Got something on your mind, dude?
What do you know about this place?
Manaan's an unusual place. Not for its water, mind you. It's the kotor, healing juice. Only place where it occurs in the galaxy. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
Never mind.
Oh, I get it. Let's play with the old man's head, is it? He's half senile. He'll forget I said anything. Wait, what was this about anyway? Got something on your mind, dude?
What do you think of Sunry's verdict?
You did what was necessary. Sunry was guilty. As sad as that fact makes me. Justice had to be done. Doesn't matter that his victim was a Sith or that he was once a hero. I only wish that my old friend hadn't done it. But that's the thing about wishes. They don't come true. And now Sunry's dead, which is a shame. He was a good man, you know, once. I don't want to talk about this anymore. My jaw aches. Got something on your mind, dude?
You mentioned something about your adventuring days.
Did I say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an adventurer?
Didn't I say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
Well, but you've already said so much. I'm curious.
I'm not here to satisfy your curiosity. No staring at the old man. That's what the sign says, damn it. And besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Well, old people love to talk about history, though. Proven fact.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
You were a smuggler?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor. All the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace. But they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner. And we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Where did you get the credits for all the supplies?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
So you stole it?
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
What happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
The day you what?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
Your wife? You were married?
You know another way to get a wife? But yes, that's when I met her. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now. My mouth is starting to draw flies.
Is there something you want? Well, nothing really, I guess. Yeah, he just repeats himself. Let's get going.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
What do you know of this world?
Manaan is a water-rich world, as you may have been able to tell. With the exception of this Otto city, There is no land on the world protruding above sea level. The dominant indigenous race of the world are the Selkath, a semi-aquatic bipedal species. They are known to be very dreary and strong proponents of the power of law above all else. The extremist policies of the Sith seem to appeal to them. They have declared themselves neutral in this conflict between the Republic and the Sith.
Neutral? Can they not see the Sith are evil?
The Selkath seek to preserve their independence by maintaining a stranglehold on the one unique resource of their world, the vulnerary liquid kotor, the most powerful curative in the galaxy. As the only world in the galaxy that produces kotor, they have positioned themselves between the Sith and the Republic, supplying both sides with the medicine equally. They hope in this way to make themselves too valuable to both to be conquered. As a last resort, they have made it clear to both sides that any attempt to attack their world will force them to destroy the kotor supply entirely. Any violation by either the Republic or the Sith of their sacrosanct laws incurs severe kotor export restrictions on the violating government. Both the Republic and the Sith try to keep the Selkath happy and give them no cause to complain. But I wonder how the Sith can take this affront to their power in stride. Many people speak highly of the integrity of the Selkath people, but from what little I have seen of them, they're disgusting little fish people. But I suppose I just have too high standards. How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
What? That was a ridiculously racist statement, which I'm not sure where it came from. Like, the Selkath seem pretty reasonable to me. I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
What are you thinking about?
I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is nearly a stranger to me. We Cathar do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate.
Tell me about your people.
In truth, I have lived in the Republic too long, and I know little. I never met any others of my race other than my parents. But we are not diplomats. We do not deal well with groups. This situation is new to me. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you.
Well, it is nice that you hold me in such high regard.
To be accepted so readily, I find it difficult to explain. It is so different from what I'm used to. Just thank you for accepting me. How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I want to talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past.
Well, I mentioned before that my parents had fled to Taris. Perhaps I can tell you about that.
Please do. There were no Cathar on Taris that I saw.
No, there were not. Having fled the birth world of my species, my parents flew as far and wide as they could. And so I was raised alone, knowing of my birthplace only the few stories my parents could tell, and seeing no other member of my species at all.
Why there were no other member of your species on Taris?
It all comes back to wars and fighting. The curse of your race, it seems. In the early days of the Mandalorian War, there had been fighting closer to the Outer Rim worlds.
Your people were in that region?
Cathar was there, yes. My people had a great reputation as warriors, and that appealed to the Mandalore version of honor. They sought to test themselves against us, I think. Test themselves by bombing our world, slaughtering my people while they slept or while they ran.
So the Mandalorians fought dirty. Yeah, to be honest, the Mandalorians annoy me. Like, they talk all those high talks about honor, and then they slaughter civilians or whatever. Like, where's the honor in that? Or, kill unarmed, unarmed people when their backs are turned or whatever. So the Mandalorians fought dirty.
They swooped down from space, across the world, firing at anything that moved. They used ships in space to destroy all orbital facilities and bombard the surface. We did resist, and in spite of their violent attack, we did stave them off for quite a while. But in the end, we were doomed.
Why did the Republic not help you?
We were not members of the Republic. Cathar was beyond the edge of the Republic, in the Outer Rim. And besides, they could not have known. Our interstellar communications were the first things the Mandalores hit. All other short-range communicators were jammed. We were on our own. We knew what was coming. We had fought the Mandalorians in the first war against Exar Kun and the Sith. We knew there would be no mercy for us. The most we could do was pack the few of our people who survived onto what few ships remained and send them off into space as fast as they could. Most did not make it.
What about your... Yeah, that's an atrocity.
My parents carried me as a baby with them and were lucky enough to escape. They fled as far as they were able and eventually settled on Taris. They could stand running no further, I think. But Taris was a horrible choice. Dominated by humans, intolerant of other species, it made everyday life unnecessarily hard.
How did your family cope?
My father turned to stimulants. He spent much of his time in local bars and dives. But we are warriors. It runs through our blood. And when he was on stims, he became foolish. He let his warrior nature get the best of him. So he would get intoxicated, and he would fight. And finally, one day, he would die.
How did he die?
Killed by a man who provoked him into a fight and killed him like an animal. I am sorry. I cannot talk about this any longer right now.
How can I help?
You look like you have something to say.
I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us.
Is that a compliment from you?
Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not. Why must you make this so difficult for me? Can't you just accept a simple compliment?
Well, fine. Thank you for the thought.
I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really.
Don't forget edgy, critical, and overly secretive. Well, maybe, but you don't need to be like that.
I suppose not. But I am becoming like that, though it's not easy for me to admit. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course.
Well, we could be more than friends, Bastila.
Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, I'm glad you did. I care for you too, Bastila, as a friend.
Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better, but enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Yes, what's on your mind?
What do you know of this place?
Manaan's a neutral world. They're the only source of kolto, the healing fluid, and they use that to remain free from both the Republic and the Sith. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate. You got it.
Okay, what about you?
How can I help?
Well, you have nothing to say.
Then I suggest we move on.
Okay. This episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.